Canelo comes out and does what Canelo should do, Canelo wins the fight.
Yeah.
If Canelo comes out and does what he shouldn't do, Crawford wins the fight.
With Crawford, what are Crawford's keys to victory when you are fighting someone like Canelo, who, albeit maybe not in height, but in stature, is a much bigger man than him?
Control the center of the ring.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Yeah. Terence win.
The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation as Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford have officially agreed to a massive fight. Fans, analysts, and legends are all divided on how this clash will play out. Some believe Crawford's exceptional skills give him a real shot at victory, while others argue that Canelo's size and power will prove too overwhelming. Boxing legend Mike Tyson has voiced concerns about this matchup, pointing out Crawford's struggles against Israel Madrimov, particularly due to size and awkwardness. Tyson suggests that moving up to 168 pounds to face Alvarez might not be the wisest move for Crawford.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, because this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that was just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky here.
David Benavidez offers an interesting perspective, believing that Crawford has a solid chance to win and wouldn't be surprised if he pulls off an upset. According to Benavidez, Crawford's skills, mindset, and work ethic could be crucial in overcoming Canelo.
Looks like it's going to come to fruition in September. What are your thoughts on that bout?
I have nothing to say. It's a good fight. And it's a good fight. I wish both of them the best.
Next question, do you use that for motivation at all? Like Canelo's, like, you know?
I definitely do use that as motivation because if I was such an easy fighter and target, he would have came and beat me already. Just for him not fighting me lets me know how dangerous I am.
How would you approach a fight?
Was there scissors? Was there scissors? Ask for scissors. Go ahead.
How would you approach a fight with Terence Crawford if it was you against Crawford?
To be honest with you, if I fought Terence Crawford, I would definitely use my size, my reach, my weight to my advantage. Crawford is a very smart fighter, but I guess thankfully I'm not.
However, Benavidez also admits that he's not fully in favor of this fight. He recognizes that Canelo is the biggest money fight, making him a target for many fighters. Yet, personally, he disagrees with Crawford's decision to move up in weight so significantly to face Canelo.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight, you know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you, but it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are you gonna say? You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, you know, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, you know, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But, you know, I see that weight class, you know, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly.
Roy Jones Jr., another boxing legend, has weighed in with his prediction, seeing two possible outcomes. He believes that if Canelo is in top form, he will win. However, if Canelo isn't at his peak, Crawford could capitalize and secure the victory. Jones emphasizes that the outcome largely depends on which version of Canelo steps into the ring.
Between Canelo and Terence Crawford. How do you see that fight? Who do you like?
Terence. It's
wow.
My friend, but it's crazy man. Listen, I say Terence win. Yes.
What? Terence win over Canelo.
Yes, Terence win. But listen, Terence is different man. Terence work in two sides. Two sides.
Right. And
right.
cheddar.
Yes. Right and left. But it's very smart man. It's very, very, very smart. But feel distance and place.
Adjustments,
spacing,
exactly.
boxing.
You don't think the weight difference will be a factor too much?
Mario, you're asking him?
That's why. That's why I'm asking, exactly.
Canelo, big. Yeah, Canelo too. It's a good boxer. But I say...
Wow.
Sean Porter, who has shared the ring with Terence Crawford, has some reservations about this matchup. While acknowledging Crawford's toughness and resilience, Porter questions whether Crawford can withstand Canelo's power. Having faced Crawford's strength firsthand, Porter notes that fighting someone like Canelo, who has knocked out bigger opponents, presents a whole new challenge. He believes that despite Crawford's excellent defense, taking punches from Canelo could be a serious test.
Because a lot of people are saying, like, hey, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. Give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight, or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What do you got to prove to Boots? Boots trying to take over and start beating the guys around him. Prove that he's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He will take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I'll take it as high as I can go. I'm done.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy if...
Amir Khan, who has fought Canelo before, is warning Terence Crawford to avoid this fight. Having felt Canelo's power firsthand, Khan argues that moving up to 168 pounds is too risky for Crawford and could end badly for him.
The others say, like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo has, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out, you know what I mean?
Former champion Caleb Plant believes Crawford is a uniquely skilled fighter and presents a real threat in any matchup. While he acknowledges the weight difference, Plant highlights Crawford's ability to adapt. He thinks Crawford's boxing IQ and strategy could make the fight more competitive than many people expect.
That should happen. Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not to do that.
Canelo versus Jamel Charlo playing out.
I think Canelo just outboxes. Well, no, doesn't outbox him, but I think just outpowers him and beats him to the punch. And you do give Canelo does have some sort of like decent speed as well. So I think Canelo just wins that fight easy.
Would it be a knockout?
Could be, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard.
Teofimo Lopez, however, doesn't give Crawford much of a chance. He believes Canelo is simply too big, too strong, and too experienced at higher weights. According to Lopez, it's only a matter of time before Canelo lands a big shot that ends the fight by knockout.
Terence is not a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He's special. And, Canelo, he's a top-notch fighter, world-class fighter. Still on the pound-for-pound list, I'm sure towards somewhere near the top. And it's exciting. Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox, southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, close range, outside. And he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's a big question mark on the end of it, though. So that's why, I'm sure all of us are excited for that bell to ring and, be able to find out firsthand.
Ryan Garcia shares a similar viewpoint, believing Canelo's size and strength will be too much for Crawford to handle. While Garcia respects Crawford's skills, he doesn't think Crawford has the physicality to compete with Canelo at 168 pounds.
Get knocked out. I'm gonna put 8. Let's put it on the universe. So I'm gonna put it on 8. 8. And if it goes the other way, I 8. I 8. So yeah, Ryan, Joe, and Eddie Reynoso also.
That'll be cool, man. We all get work. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our own underground boxing, me and Ryan, before we fight.
Veteran trainer Joe Diaz is firm in his assessment, believing Crawford has no chance against Canelo. While he acknowledges Crawford's greatness, Diaz sees nothing in his arsenal that could pose a serious threat to Canelo. He believes the size difference and Canelo's power will simply be too much.
It's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. See, Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo, he's so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
Last question, Ali. He said Teofimo and Boots are going to be on your October undercard.
Oh, yeah,
and the winners would fight each other. Is that what you were told?
I didn't know that, but I'm
What do you think of that?
I don't care. Let's do it. I wanted to fight Teofimo too.
Last one. I gotta do this. I agree with you that there's a lot of sanctioning bodies, there's a lot of promoters, there's be more testing organizations, not just one. Tell me about that. Why are you so adamant about that?
I think that when a coach is pushing a certain organization, it just strikes me off weird. And for it to be like a mandatory thing, like, why can't I use another organization, you know? But again, I don't want to talk about them because, you know.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has reservations about this fight, pointing out that while Crawford is an elite fighter, the weight gap is too significant. Hearn also argues that if Canelo wins at 168 pounds, he shouldn't receive much credit, as he would be defeating a naturally smaller opponent who started at 140 pounds.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything.
Conor Benn takes a more balanced view, seeing the fight as a true 50-50th matchup. While many favor Canelo due to his size, Ben believes Crawford's skills and ring intelligence could make the contest highly competitive.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35, 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him. Yeah. You know.
Chris Eubank Jr. is fully backing Crawford, believing that skills win fights. He argues that Crawford has the edge and dismisses the notion that he is too small, claiming Crawford is bigger and stronger than people give him credit for.
With Crawford going up, I believe he can put a beating on anybody 154, 160. Nah, Benavidez is...
Canelo. Yeah.
Canelo, I think he's a smart fighter. He doesn't rely on his power. Crawford ain't a fighter who just relies on his power. And then Canelo, you know, when he's fought Belenga, then fought Ryder, Munguia. It's even. I think it'd be a 50-50 fight if Crawford fought Canelo.
Jeff Mayweather acknowledges Crawford's skills and believes he is the more talented fighter. However, he warns that Canelo should not be underestimated, as his power and experience make him a dangerous opponent.
I think skills pay the bills. Yeah. And I feel like, truthfully, he's not as little as people think. Like people think he's like very small.
He cut weight to get to 147, 154.
Yes, he's not as small as like people think. It's just he look like it.
Yeah.
So like if you see him
in person
and he get on a scale or something, you wouldn't believe that's his weight.
I told somebody the other day he might get on the scale weighing like 166, 167 fighting Canelo, and people wouldn't believe how ripped up and cut up he'll still look. He won't look like he's overweight Terence Crawford. He gonna look like a solid Terence Crawford.
I think he beat Canelo though. I've been saying. I remember when he fought when they fought. Go watch an interview after the fight. I literally said I think Terence Crawford will beat Canelo.
Okay, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, a long time ago.
Yeah.
No cap.
I did tell him after the Smith fight, I said, man, go get Canelo. You the greatest.
Yeah.
This era.
For sure.
Yeah, it's no question.
No question, yes.
Actually, back to the you and Terence working together, because you've shared everything you've learned from him. There was fans doing their homework in the Avanesian fight and in the Spence fight saying, actually, it looks like Terence may have taken a couple things from Shakur as well, not just Shakur taking things.
Trainer Stephen Bradman Edwards believes Crawford can defeat Canelo by using his superior mobility, reach, and stamina. He highlights Crawford's ability to fight effectively on the move and his mental resilience as crucial factors in securing a victory.
It's kind of tough, but if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win and take advantage of Canelo's mistakes.
Yeah, so we have, is it almost kind of a battle of, we have two guys, obviously the best, two of the best 3 or 4 boxers in the sport, regardless of weight class, but, which one is closer to the version of their prime, right? They're both getting older. I mean, they're both still, very, very good at this point, but, do you think maybe one of them it's time for them to start falling off, and that might be the difference in this fight, that one starts to trail off a little bit?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, both guys are aging, and you never know. You never know when they're going to show their age. So it could be either one of them that does that. But I mean, I just lean to a Crawford because I just see dude has so many skills, and I mean, I just see that him possibly winning the fight by decision.
Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas confidently picks Crawford to win, stating that Crawford is simply too skilled, too intelligent, and too well prepared. According to Atlas, Crawford's ability to adapt and his exceptional ring IQ will be the deciding factors. For Atlas, this fight isn't about size, it's about skill, and he's convinced Crawford has what it takes to win.
He slips, he's really good. But Crawford is just so clutch. His conditioning is so good. They're gonna be about similar heights. Crawford's a little taller, he's longer. And I think that Crawford's adjustments in fights are so underrated. He is a master adjuster. He finds something in every fight and just goes with it. That last fight, people talk about he struggled. You know what he found that last fight? A simple jab. He just started beating the guy up with a jab. He finds something in every fight. And he don't fight a lazy fight.
Sports analyst Ariel Helwani raises an interesting point, noting that Canelo is getting older, and there are questions about whether his legs are still as strong as they once were. Meanwhile, Crawford, a skilled switch hitter, looked impressive in his debut at 154 pounds. Helwani believes Crawford is growing more comfortable at higher weights and has been preparing for a challenge like this for a long time. With his boxing IQ, he thinks this fight could be far more competitive than many expect.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump?
Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Medvedev, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Medvedev was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. But when you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't.
That's all for today's video. We appreciate you tuning in and being part of the discussion. The anticipation for Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford continues to grow, and opinions remain divided. Some believe Crawford's skills and ring IQ could give him the edge, while others think Canelo's power and experience at higher weights will be too much to handle. With boxing legends, analysts, and fighters all weighing in, this matchup is shaping up to be one of the most talked about fights in recent history.
Switch hitter. He did all right in his first fight at 54, but now he'll get more comfortable as a bigger guy. He's actually not that small, this, that, and the other. Yesterday on my program, I spoke to David Benavidez, and I asked him about this fight, and his response surprised me. I want to play this clip for you and get your response to David's answer. Here it is.
It's a good fight for both of them. Good fight for I think it's more important for Crawford than anybody, but I think if anybody could beat Canelo, I think Crawford could.
Yeah, I know you said he could be the guy. What kind of a chance do you ultimately give him?
I think you give him a 7 out of a 10.
Oh, wow, that high. I thought you were going to say 25.
Crawford is good. Crawford is good, and I think he's been known that he's going to fight Canelo for a long, long time. And Crawford, he likes to pick up the weight, so I'm sure he's been working on the weights.
Whether you're backing Canelo or Crawford, one thing is certain, this fight will be an incredible showdown. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest updates, analysis, and predictions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment with your thoughts. Who do you think will come out on top? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more exciting boxing content. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling videos. Hit the bell icon to stay updated and subscribe to Boxing Hub for all the latest in boxing.